What's going on, everybody? Welcome again to the Third and 10 podcast, season 3, episode 45. I'm your host, Nathan Nguyen, joined by my guy, Brian Germanar. Happy Tuesday to y'all. I will say, this is probably the first time since obviously last year where we have 2 consecutive gloomy days over here in California. I don't like it. I really don't.
You should get
It's
used to we live in the north.
Yeah, it just feels depressing. So I probably would not survive in the north,
Nope.
or be happy in the north, I should say. But Brian, it's good to see you as always, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. At least I'm not a guy that try to make my opponent look inferior and stupid, and then in the next season get fired midway through the year. As if you don't know what I'm referring to James Franklin making fun of Marcus Freeman and trying to put him down, saying what Notre Dame was cute and all that. Then Notre Dame going out and beating him, and then not even 6 months later, not even 10 months later, he's unemployed.
Dude, I remember that what you're referring to. And for those who don't, there was a press conference
For
that
the
James
Orange Bowl,
Franklin,
it's the big,
yeah,
yeah.
and then I think if I remember correctly, Franklin was talking about how Notre Dame should be in a conference. I
There should
believe
be a
is what.
conference, yeah, and all this sort of stuff. Kind of just putting down Marcus Freeman at any opportunity he could. Talking about like his hairline and stuff like that. And then he goes out there, loses, and then now he's unemployed. And also, it's very cute that Penn State thinks that they're going to steal Marcus Freeman away. Marcus Freeman's not going anywhere. He's the only way Marcus Freeman's not coaching Notre Dame is just if he's going to the NFL.
And there is a team in the NFL that could use him.
There's no teams
Um,
in the NFL that could use him.
but there's one in particular that would love to have him, if you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and
Yeah,
that is the Tennessee Titans.
they would just
Who
rather
would
have
discuss?
someone with a pulse at their head coach right now because there's nobody there.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Their interim head coach, Mike McCoy. Uh, he's the interim tag is a very. It definitely
It's
applies to
spelled
him.
out in capital letters in term
Yeah,
head
they're like
coach.
very clear with it. Like this guy is the interim,
This
and
guy
he is.
is just here for the next 12 weeks.
And once those 12 weeks are up, he is out the window. And we'll talk about Tennessee later on in the show as well. But yeah, I remember that press conference. I remember Marcus Freeman looking at Franklin, and then looking down. I think he was shaking his head, just like with a smirk on his face, because he knew, like,
Just keep talking, dude. Just keep running your mouth. You're
exactly.
gonna look even dumber on when we play
And
each
he did,
other. And he
and
did.
he did.
And he did.
But shout out to Northwestern for you know putting the nail in the coffin
Mm-hmm.
for Franklin's future. But he's gonna get paid a lot
Oh yeah, yeah.
for these next
Franklin is
3 years.
not. I mean, yes, he's upset. He's not going to coach football anymore, but he's
Yeah,
got a big payday. He's okay.
yeah, he'll be fine. I heard he's also required to get a job in media or some sort of other job in coaching. I guess that's part of the contract.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll obviously find a
Oh
job.
no, James Franklin will bounce. Some program will hire James Franklin. It's not going to be like a top school like a Penn State or an Alabama or Georgia, like nothing like that.
Yeah,
But I could see him taking like if Tulane loses their head coach, maybe he goes down to Tulane. If
true.
Matt Rule leaves Nebraska, maybe that's a landing spot for him. Like schools like that, Florida maybe takes a shot because he did build a decent program at Penn State. Could have won a big game, but at least built a good program. Like some school like that, kind of like that, like second tier to and below. He's gonna get a job there.
Yeah. In your opinion, like right off the top of your head right now, who is your number one choice for Penn State's next coach?
Oh, it's Tulane's head coach. What's his name?
Tulane.
John Summerall. Because he
Ooh,
is
okay.
everybody is crowning this guy like he's basically guaranteed an SEC job, whether it be Florida, Arkansas, or one of the other, SEC schools that decide to move on for their head coach. Penn State has kind of always been like that tier behind. And like if you want to show yourself that you're like up the next level, go get the hot, new coaching candidate that every big time program wants. Go get him.
And is it just? And I don't know too much about him. Is it just mostly because of his success at
Yeah,
Tulane?
he's
It's
built Tulane
consistent.
into
Mhm.
he's built Tulane into a pretty decent school, and like everyone's saying that his next move, he will be moved up to a Power 5 school very soon. So if you're Penn State, you're kind of ahead of the 8 ball. Bring him in. You just talk to him.
All right, bet. Good for him, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I look forward to see what Penn State's future looks like. But James Franklin out of Happy Valley, and they're definitely not making playoffs at all.
No, 3 losses. No, they're done.
Yeah, and Jewel's out for the year.
Yeah.
Dude, just
Brutal.
bad luck all around. But
Could
another
not
thing
go
that's
worse for Penn State this year. Could not
no,
have been worse.
no, seriously. But hey, one team that is slowly on the up and up is our Giants. And honestly, my friend, I'm still thinking about
Oh, that's all
last
I thought
Thursday.
about on Sunday. Like Sunday
Yeah,
was so nice. Like I put the red zone on. I just relaxed on the couch. Like it's so nice not having to worry about any single one of these games right now.
hell yeah. Um, I remember telling you in the past before, and I've said it before on this episode and on this show in general. I promised myself I would never miss a Giants game this year, because I missed a few, last year. But I was like, look, hey, this maybe if I just commit to watching every game every single week, good things will happen. I'll get to it'll obviously help for the podcast and all those things because last year was just depressing, and that's why I missed those
But yeah, we're
games.
losing 30-0 to the Bucks. They don't even have like a pulse on offense.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
a little tough to watch.
But we have pieces now, right, that we can watch, and it's a lot more exciting and all those things. But like after the Thursday game, I was like, I can kind of sleep in on Sunday, so I literally
Yep.
didn't wake up to like noon my time, and I
So
woke
you
up. I'm
missed
like,
you missed the international incident we had in London.
yes, that was not a pretty incident to say the least.
No.
And thank God I missed it. Because I heard it was not the best to say the
Oh
least.
no, it was putrid. It might be one of the worst football games I ever watched in my life. Hysterical to watch, but it was pretty bad.
Compared to the international game that was played last week in I was gonna say Germany. Who played last week?
I think it was in Wembley last week.
Oh, in London.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it wasn't in the same stadium. Like this was in Tottenham.
Yeah. Well, this one was bad. But nah, man. I woke up late and I was just like, you know what? The Giants won. And I was just chilling. I woke up. I put some whatever games were on at the time, and then I watched the late games as well. The Sunday night game, that was a good one, and we'll talk about that as well between Detroit and Kansas City. But nah, man, the win's still on still in my mind, and Brian's too.
It's even more after this week where we're the only NFC East team that won. The Cowboys and the Commanders both lost, and we're sitting only 2 games out of first place with a 1-1 division record.
I never thought we'd say that.
A 1-2 division record.
I never thought we'd say that this year. This year, because it's like, the Eagles were supposed to dominate. The Commanders were supposed to be, obviously another top NFC East team.
I think that could challenge the Eagles, but like we're kind of seen as like they're a year out from really being a solid contender.
Yeah.
Good team, don't get me wrong, but like let's give them a little more time to develop.
But all of a sudden, if
that division is wide open right now, and with if the Giants can play every game like they did on Thursday night, there's no reason why they can't at least contend for the division title.
There you go. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But
the Cowboys are out of it right now. You would say like they're too much of a what's the best way to describe them? They're too hit or miss, like they'll do a week with the defense is atrocious, so that's gonna put them behind the 8 ball, and the offense can either look really good or kind of be stifled. So like you don't really trust them. Then you have Washington, which is also kind of hit or miss. They kind of lost Jane Daniels for a little bit, so that kind of hurt them. And the Eagles are not what their record says they are. That offensive scheme something's wrong there, and it's not good. So who's this? If the Giants go back to where they played, week 1, week 3, last week, we have an issue. Then we're not going anywhere. But if we can, maintain the success we had, like play like we did against Dallas, play like we did against Philly. Who's to say they can't rattle off 8 wins and go on a run?
Hey, if that happens, I would be probably one of if not the biggest turnaround I've seen from a Giants team to start the year versus finishing this.
It saves everybody's jobs. Everyone's coming back.
Oh, everyone's coming back, and that'd be good. Well, Shane Bowen might. We'll see about him.
I'm
Mm.
Well, if the defense played like they did on Thursday night, I'm fine with Shane Bowen going back.
Hey, maybe Shane Bowen. Maybe it took him longer than usual, or how
Yeah.
long? Longer
We've
than it was
seen a
supposed
lot of
to.
guys like at Notre Dame this week. Chris Ash, another week of a pretty solid defensive performance. I'm still not happy with what I'm seeing, but I'm at least seeing strides. If Shane Bowen can do that and continue to make those strides, maybe he can save his job and save what respect he might have or have not in the fan base.
Hopefully, but we'll have to see. But it all starts against Denver, who we'll talk about a little bit later in the show, and then we'll preview a lot more of them on Thursday. But definitely a big game. But the Giants would once Sunday hits would have had 10 days of rest without a game. Or they have
Good.
practice, but technically 10 games of rest.
Let him.
So yeah, yes sir, they well deserved rest to say the least. All righty, let's start it. Let's get right into it. Week 6 review, I should say. We'll start with that game that Brian called atrocious, which was the Broncos and Jets in London. The passing game, my friend, it was putrid.
Yeah, there were. I mean, that's putrid to the word putrid.
Yeah, it was bad. How bad do you ask? Negative 10 net passing yards by the Jets against Denver. And that's
Mike Glennon game we had a few years ago when Mike Glennon was a quarterback against the Bears, the last year judge.
And he just kept getting sacked
over and over again. Exactly.
Sacked.
Negative yards.
Yeah, dude. Hey, that speaks volumes, honestly, of Denver's defense, man. They limited the Jets offense to 9 points, 8 first downs, and 82 net yards as a whole. 7 Broncos got to Justin Fields as he was sacked a total of 9 times. And hey, Denver's their defense is great. They entered the league, entered this weekend leading the league in sacks and was second in points allowed.
That's why everyone's like, when everyone says like the Giants should win next week, I'm like, did you not watch the defensive performance? I get the offense was bad. Don't get me wrong, but like, and yes, Justin Fields is a bad quarterback, but like that defense is very good for the Broncos. That scares. That defense terrifies me. Next week is not like a guaranteed win for us at all.
No, sir. They got some established, really great players on that defensive unit, whether it's Nick Bonito, who leads the league in sacks, to Patrick Surtain being the shutdown corner that he is. Like, there's a lot.
He's got a real easy week going up against little Jordan Humphrey.
Oh,
you imagine going
or one Robinson on the other.
I had to guard Garrett Wilson to. I got to guard little Jordan Humphrey this week.
Like, this is easy.
Like, this is. It's like that's like playing like Tecmo Bowl, and you're playing like the Raiders with Bo Jackson, and then going to like a 2-year-old doesn't know how to use a good button. It's like, oh, all right, this is so much better. I can play this
easy money. Yeah, his assignment will definitely get a lot easier against New York, but yeah, dude, maybe the Giants will have better luck than the Jets because they just could not get anything going.
Well, I think they will because I don't as good as the Broncos defense is, I don't expect us to have negative passing yards on the day.
No, sir. Unless the offensive line just implodes completely and plays the complete opposite of how they did against Philadelphia.
But even then, I don't think, because I know Philly's pass rush is a little banged up, but they're still a really good unit together.
Yeah.
And
so and obviously we'll talk about the key matchup between Andrew Thomas and Nick Bonito later on. But honestly, if the offense can get back on track for Denver, this team is a dark horse to watch out for in the AFC.
Yeah,
because
it's Bo Nix. If Bo Nix can play more effectively, if he's become more of an effective game manager, getting the ball to Courtland Sutton and Marvin Mims and Evan Ingram, the running game gets going a little bit more. Yeah, this is a team that they might win the AFC West because that division is wide open. And every division in football is pretty wide open. There's no team running away with it this year. There's no dominant team. Like,
yeah, there really isn't.
The best team record-wise is the Colts. And even then, I think we all kind of, in the back of our heads, like, well, how real is this run for them?
There's still a big question mark for me in regards to that too, because I'm just like,
it's like, when is the other shoe? You're waiting for that other shoe to drop. They're very similar to the Vikings last year when Sam Darnold's like, yeah, they're playing good, but like, when does Sam Darnold come back to earth?
Yeah,
And
I'm
now,
waiting on
granted,
that.
Sam Darnold has did well all year except for like the last few weeks of the season and has played fine football for in Seattle. But we're waiting for that with Daniel Jones right now. And just because Sam Darnold did it doesn't mean Daniel Jones is going to be
Jones
able
will
to do
do
it
it.
as well.
Yeah, and we're happy for him. Well,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm happy he's, we've had a little bit of a career renaissance. It wasn't going to happen here, so might as well go somewhere else. A fresh start helped him.
yeah, I'm right. If there's one division that is kind of, or that, how do I say this? If there's one division that's getting a little carried away right now, it's the AFC North because the Steelers are 4-1, but the
Yeah.
Bengals are 2-4, and they're second place in the division. So that
Well, that's
North
more
is a
of
bit of a
every
mess.
team in that division fell apart. Like the Ravens
Exactly.
have imploded. The Browns we all knew were going to implode. The Bengals lost Burrow, and that's their entire team.
Dude, yeah.
Like,
Joe
those.
Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, at least Joe Flacco came out in the second half and looked better.
Yeah,
He kind of settled. Now the game was out of reach at that point, so I think that kind of helped with it a little bit. But at least it wasn't Jake Browning out there not putting on a competitive football team. The Bengals at least put up double-digit points.
true. Fair enough. Fair enough. Still bad. It's still a bad team. Then I feel
Oh
bad
no,
for
they're
Jamar Chase.
still bad, and like I think the AFC North will be the worst division in football. And the Steelers, hey, maybe the Steelers will go more than 9-8 because of how bad the division is.
Maybe. I will say for Cincinnati, I think definitely this offseason, they definitely need to take a closer look at their offensive line. Like, hey, we gotta
They've been needing to take a close look at their offensive line for 3 years now, and they haven't
I
done it.
know, but they
So
they need.
what makes you think it's going to change this year?
I don't know what
What
they
the
need to make
Bengals
some
need to
sort of move.
change is front office and ownership. That's where the change needs to be.
Yeah, it's just you can't like go into next year. I know we're looking too far, but it's like we can't risk Joe Burrow getting hurt again because
No,
we didn't do a good job of fixing
everything
the
falls
line.
apart, and it's not just like the quarterback play. Like, look at the receivers. Like they have Chase and Higgins, but without Joe Burrow, one of those two are always having a bad week fantasy wise. Like Joe Burrow's the only quarterback that can like keep both those guys happy and like spread the ball around enough. With any other quarterback, they always favor one or the other. There's never like an equal spread across it,
Mm-hmm. And Flacco did a good job of spreading the ball to both guys. Jamar Chase had over almost 100 yards, if not over. And then
Yeah, he
Higgins,
definitely leaned more on Chase because Higgins only had 5 catches for like 60 yards and no touchdowns.
not too bad.
It's not too bad, but like with Burrow, you would expect that number to be higher, or at least a touchdown or two.
1,000%.
Yeah.
As for the Jets, though, because I go back to the Denver Jets game,
Yeah.
they remain winless, man, and it was just all bad. They had only 32 first half yards, which was the fewest by any team in the league this year. No first downs until just before the 2-minute warning of that first half, and they didn't run a play from midfield for the final 35 seconds of the half, which was insane.
They had they had great kickoff returns, and they went 3 and out on every single one. They're set up at the 30. Like, what are you guys doing? You only have to move the ball 30 yards.
Offense was just not getting anything at all. And like defensively, they're a pretty solid unit. That's easy.
Agreed.
That's easily said there. But it's like, what do the Jets even do at this point? Like, is it obviously the solution is not to fire England? You can't just fire a guy after 1 year. He's still, I think he's still learning to be a head coach.
If they go 0-17 and it continues to regress like this, then you just kind of fire everybody. I'm not saying it's the right move. I'm just saying if it's 0-17 and we have like 6 more offensive performances like this, where like they just can't move the football, it's like, okay, this regime just is not working.
So I guess to prevent from going 0-17, what do you think the Jets should do like right now?
Bench Justin Fields. I think they got to start Tyrod Taylor next week. They should have. Tyrod Taylor should have been out there at halftime because it was clear Justin Fields was not able to move the ball.
To add on to that, I guess, because I'm thinking about Justin Fields, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's been in three teams so far in his pretty young career still.
Yeah.
The Bears, Steelers, now the Jets, and he hasn't been able to find any success really in any of the
Mm-hmm.
places. I mean, his best years were what was his last year in Pittsburgh, and
He got benched.
yeah, he got benched because Russ came back and took the job away from him.
Yeah.
Is he a bust?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
He's a bust.
I mean, like he hasn't won consistently.
No.
And I get it, being on three different teams,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough. But at the
And
same time, like,
we make the joke about Lamar being a running back that can throw. That joke is Justin Fields, because at least Lamar Jackson has good passing performances and can push the ball downfield a little bit and has a good arm on him. Justin Fields is a running back that can't throw the football. That's where the joke belongs to.
hearing the words Justin Fields and great passive performance is not heard of as much, if at all.
It's Justin Fields hasn't had a great passing performance.
There you go. Yeah. So I agree. Not like titles any better, but honestly, at this rate, the Jets will be.
You gotta shake something up though. Like you can't go to the next week with like what just happened in London and run the same thing back out there and I think everything's all like hunky dory. It's like, no, you're a very uncompetitive 0-6. You gotta shake something up here.
Yeah. Plus, Garrett Wilson is going to be out for the next few weeks, so
Yep.
that Jets offense is
And
not
he
going
was
to look the
already
same.
throwing a temper tantrum on the sidelines.
Yeah, I mean it was a passionate conversation. Looked
No,
like
I understand. It's the same reason like why I wouldn't get upset if Neighbors was doing that on our sidelines, because it just comes from a place of passion. But like if you're Garrett Wilson, you're like, I signed up for 4 years of this. I'm not doing that.
he sure did. Also, Neighbors did get animated very early in the year in week one, which was in week one
Mm-hmm.
when he was arguing with Dable in regards to the Commanders game. But yeah, look with the Jets, it's a mess, and it's thankfully not something that Giants aren't dealing with this year because we
Yep.
have hope, of course, with the young core that we have. But yeah, not a great start for Aaron Glenn and his
No.
coaching career. Um, honestly, if he could go back in time, maybe stay in Detroit as the DC.
Oh, I 100% think he stays in Detroit.
Damn right. Meanwhile, his former coworker Ben Johnson, great win on Monday night against the Commanders. Revenge, as you would say, for
Mm-hmm.
last year's Hail Mary debacle, in which the Commanders, in which Daniels pulled it off and found Noah Brown for that game-winning Hail Mary touchdown. But
Yep.
he's one former Lions coach is having success. The other
Yeah,
one,
Ben Johnson's in, pretty decent so far.
yeah, he's been good. Aaron Glenn is the complete opposite, but I
Yeah.
digress. Let's see what else we got. Rams 17, Ravens 3. Another AFC team that is very concerning, but
Oh, concerning is out the window with this.
dude,
It's how bad are the Ravens going to be this
yeah.
year, and do you rush Lamar Jackson back? Because like let's think about it. You're kind of out of it right now. Like you're what? You're 3 games out of first place. I'm not sure how far they are from a wild card spot, but I can imagine it's probably 2 games or so.
They're 1-5.
1-5, yeah.
You can't. No Ravens fan can sit here and tell me that they believe in Cooper Rush or Jade or
So
Tyler
the Ravens
Huntley.
are 12th in the AFC right now.
Yeah, and they're 2 games back of the 7th seed.
3 games back of the Broncos.
My
2.5
apologies.
games.
Yes,
No, 3 games. I'm sorry, 3 games. 3 games back of the Broncos with the Raiders, Bengals, Texans, and Chiefs all ahead of them.
Yeah. God, no.
Yeah.
I know,
and like,
no one.
They didn't look good with Lamar out there on the field. So, like, do the Ravens kind of like, all right, we'll let Lamar rest his injury when he's 100% healthy, come back, and then just kind of punt on the season for a draft pick?
I think you don't have a choice because, well, if they truly believe in themselves, I think so. Wait, hold on, real quick. With Lamar, when is he slated to come back?
I heard he was 50-50 this week. So There you go. Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh reveals from Ravens Ravens quarterback. Week 8 is when they believe he'll be back. After the bye week.
So this is their bye. Oh, this is their bye right now.
Week 7 is their bye, and he'll be back week 8.
I was going to say.
Think about it. You only have, let's see, so week 8's your bye. You've already you played 6 games. You played 7th. You played 6. So you only have 11 games remaining.
I think the bye week will help. I was just thinking, like, if they had a game this week and Lamar would be out and they lose this week, then I'd be like, don't rush. Like, if you really aren't healthy, then don't go out there. But they're still in it. I mean, things would have to go their way. It's just tough because they do have one of the toughest schedules left in terms of the schedule.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's why you're gonna rush back, and like, it's not even the team look good with Lamar out there. They struggle with Lamar out there too. So it's just, like, it's not like Lamar coming back is like this bright light for the organization. Not like if Joe Burrow would have come back, everything like was like, okay, maybe we could be a good offense again. It's like, well, we were struggling with Lamar at quarterback. Now he's back, and we're kind of worse off.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see that. It'll be great to see, your franchise quarterback back out there, but at the same time, it's just like, it's kind of already a lost cause already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's tough for me to evaluate Baltimore because they're just bad, and I never expected them to be that bad.
Yeah, no. They are. Would you say Baltimore's the biggest surprise of this season?
Yeah, and not a good way, obviously.
No, but like, a surprise doesn't have to mean good things.
True. Yeah, this is it. Their lack of success is quite surprising. And like you mentioned, even when Lamar Jackson, they just weren't getting the job done, and they finally figured out, it seems like, that they should give Derrick Henry the football a lot more. But even with that, because Derrick Henry had like 19 carries in the first half on Sunday against the Rams.
Well, that's the only guy they can count on because Cooper Rush can't throw a football either.
Well, Tyler Huntley did make an appearance.
There we go.
Then take that for what it's worth. But no, I think with... Not to say Derrick Henry's washed, but definitely doesn't look the same. Like
he's lost a step. He's lost a step.
100%. But in terms of just the Ravens team as a whole, it's a mess right now. And I think having Lamar back would help. But, if a couple losses occur after he comes back and he gets hurt again, knock on wood, but I think you just rest him for the rest of the season or put him on IR and be like, hey, just sit out. We have no chances. We'll get a high draft pick next year and go from there. But Baltimore, it's messy, very messy right now, to say the least. But
how crazy is that? It's that the season ended right now, and we're kind of like around the halfway point. If the season ended right now, the Chiefs and the Ravens would be outside, and the Bills would have a road game during the wild card round. Imagine telling somebody that before the season started.
No one would have believed it. They would have laughed at us and thought we were freaking crazy and didn't deserve to be on a damn podcast.
And that the Colts were the best team in the AFC.
I would not. I could never have imagined that. I tell you. Yeah, dude, the AFC it's a weird picture, man. The Colts, the Steelers lead the AFC.
Somebody posted a picture of like the top 4 teams, which, like, if you don't know, it's the Colts, the Steelers, the Chargers, and the Patriots. And somebody goes, "What year is this?"
1996.
No, I mean it's 2010.
Maybe, if anything.
Yeah, because you got Abby Manning, Roethlisberger, Phil Rivers, and Brady.
But no, it's Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers at 40-something years old. Justin Herbert and Drake May, who is making a quiet MVP case of his own.
Oof. If the Patriots, and I don't see a world where the Patriots going to lose much more games because their schedule is very weak. They're going to play the Jets twice. They'll play the Titans and Browns coming up too. Like they're going to dismantle some teams here pretty soon. There's a shot that the Patriots win the AFC East and could have a bye in the wild card round. If that happens, Drake May is MVP.
They have one of the more easier schedules the rest of the way. Buffalo actually has the easiest schedule as their strength of schedule is 0.286. So that means
and the Patriots probably do a lot of heavy lifting there.
Yeah. I will say this schedule is they have the Panthers, the Bills have the Panthers, Chiefs, and they have Miami.
By the way, the Bills are going to put 90 on the Panthers in 2 weeks. I know they have the bye this week, but think about it. They have the bye this week, so they're just going to sit and stew on these back-to-back bad losses, want to go out and make a statement, and then you have the Panthers. That's going to be a brutal game for the Panthers.
Hey, well, you never know. I mean, the Panthers are pretty good.
I mean, they're good, but the Bills are way better than they are, and these past 2 weeks have not shown that. I think give them 2 weeks to prep for this game, and they're going to remind everybody why they were picked to win a Super Bowl.
I hope so, man.
Like, hey, guys, we're still here.
They're my pick to win the Super Bowl, but after back-to-back loss to a Patriots and a Falcons team.
I think the Falcons loss is way worse, because I think the Patriots are making a case that they're back. The Falcons are kind of like in no man's land. We're like, they're good, but they're not that good.
Yeah, I fully expected Buffalo to blow Atlanta out the water in this.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Falcons defense for getting the job done, but it's like did not.
I think the Bills should have been buried at halftime. Like if Drake London's foot is an inch smaller, it's a 28-7 game. It's game.
Game is over. But hopefully Buffalo figures it out for my sake because they are my pick to win the Super Bowl. So we'll see there. In terms of the Rams-Ravens game, Rams defense. They bounced back. So after losing Mac Jones and the Niners last week, fully bounced back. Byron Young and Jared Verse combined 14 tackles and 3 sacks. Nate Landman had 17 tackles for Los Angeles. So that was a great performance by him. And even though the Ravens passing game is as bad as it's a bad sight to see, they limited them as best they can. So shout out to the Rams defense for getting the job done, allowing just 3 points to Baltimore as they are in the thick of the NFC West division race. How about the Panthers? 30-27 upset of the Cowboys. Rico Dowdle revenge game was on tap.
Rico Dowdle has been a surprise these past few weeks.
Yes, sir.
I think he's earned a spot. Like when Hubbard comes back, it's gonna be a split backfield between the two of them.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, it's gonna be hard for Carolina to be like, yeah, Hubbard's back, Dowdle, thank you, go back to your role.
You can't do that. You have to ride the hot hand right now.
You got to. And Dowdle he's been fantastic these past couple weeks. Had 183 rushing yards on 30 carries on Sunday, along with 4 catches for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he took revenge game to a whole different level.
Yeah, he's like, oh, revenge? Oh, like this? Yes.
I got you, fam.
Like that. That's how you do revenge. You can stop now. You can stop.
He has the most scrimmage yards by a player in a game versus a former team in NFL history. So shout out to him for.
Who had it before? Do you know?
That's a great. I do not. That is something.
I think Saquon put almost 200 on us his first game.
I was gonna say, like, yeah.
I'm like, I think that record might have been Saquon's.
Last week, I mean, of course, on Thursday he did not have.
Thursday, he and the turf got very used to each other, but
yeah, damn right.
Before that, yeah, he kind of
last year. A little different story, exactly. But in terms of the Panthers, Tetsuo McMillan showed out with 2 touchdowns. And I'm just saying, all of a sudden, the Panthers are 3-3. They got a shot. And I know, obviously, the Bucs will likely win the division, led by MVP Baker Mayfield. But
oh my God, Baker Mayfield! Is there not a better story in football than what Baker Mayfield has done? I mean, we got that amazing graphic over the weekend of Baker Mayfield's time in the NFL. I'm not sure if you don't know what I'm talking about. Go find it. It's hilarious. It's a little animation of Baker like he was on the Browns. The Browns hit an iceberg. He was drowning. Then he got saved by the Buccaneers pirate ship. It's hilarious to go watch. But yeah, like this is a guy that was all but written out of the NFL, was kind of on those last legs with the Rams, and just had a really good Christmas day. And then the Bucs gave him a shot.
Yeah, right. And he's playing like a top 10 quarterback. And hey, MVP Mayfield has a nice ring to it after a 30-19 win over the San Francisco 49ers.
With a lot of his team injured, by the way. Think about that.
Yes.
They lost. They didn't have Evans or Bucky Irving going to that game. I don't think Godwin was banged up that game. And Buka got banged up in that game. So, like, his main weapon was Sterling Shepard and Rashid Wright.
Yeah, but yeah, it was Shepard, Tez Johnson, I believe, was the other one.
Tez Johnson had a touchdown. Yep.
And then there was he was just working with a bunch of receivers.
Kate Otten didn't even have a great game, and you would expect him to kind of step up a little bit with everybody else in a mash unit.
He was just producing with receiver 5s, 6s, and 7s, man, and he got the job done.
And I've always said, that's the hallmark of a good quarterback. We talked about this with Purdy during the offseason.
Yes.
A mark of a good quarterback is that they can elevate the play of the receivers around them. They can do well with bad guys, like we saw with, Tom Brady for a year, having, was it Chris Hogan was a lacrosse player?
Yes,
just a wide receiver. Like, yeah, it's stuff like that. And that's what Baker did on Sunday. He had basically a bunch of Walmart employees out there, and he still put up over 30 points.
Yeah. Hey, look, Mayfield has lifted that offense up. He's playing like a top 5 quarterback, honestly, right now.
Yeah.
And he's been absolutely fantastic. And shout out to him, like you mentioned, going from, being left on the streets basically or
basically a mercy pickup, because I think both Rams quarterbacks were hurt that Christmas Day, and that's why Mayfield started, because they wasn't the first choice. It was like break glass in case of emergency, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, and he led the comeback for the Rams that game, from what I remember.
The Broncos also played like crap that game.
Yeah,
that's the famous Patrick Starr roasting our quarterback Russell Wilson game.
Remember that one?
That's not what he wanted to cook. Like, Russ, you should have just retired then.
Yeah, you should have came here to the Giants and stung up the joint. But I digress. But otherwise, yeah. Hey, the Bucs, shout out to them. They're 5-1, top of the NFC. If Baker keeps playing like this, not only will he get the MVP award, but the NFC will be running through Tampa Bay, which is crazy. We never would have expected that.
Yeah.
I tell you.
I mean, not insane, because we know, but
yeah, we expected Tampa Bay to be good, just not.
Yeah, and like Tampa Bay has been good in the past, but we're not with Baker. Brady.
Exactly. But dude, the Niners injuries, they continue to pile up, and it's not looking great. Fred Warner was the latest victim.
Yes.
He is out for the year.
And that's going to kill their defense, because he was like the one player on their defense making a lot of noise and basically put that team on his shoulders. Losing a guy like that, and you kind of saw it after Warner went down, that was a different game. Losing him is going to really hurt that team and that defense. And I could see the Niners kind of falling apart here.
I've never heard of a team that has been issued as much bad luck as SF, because it's Warner, no Nick Bosa, Purdy, Pearsall, Mac Jones is battling an injury, is still playing.
Yeah.
Juwan Jennings is playing on broken ribs and ankle sprains. He's still out there. Like, it's a mess.
His heads are falling off. Like,
yeah.
Dumb and Dumber.
There we go. It's a mess in San Francisco, man. And for them to still be, near the top of the NFC in terms of standings and whatnot, it's kind of impressive. To say the least, but I'm not sure. No, they didn't have their bye week yet, but hell, they could use their bye week.
They need it now. They should petition the NFL. Can we get our bye week now? Can it be now?
Yeah, well, it's not going to be until very, very late in the season.
Oh, they're going to be with us? Are they like
Week
Is it us?
14 is when their bye week
That's with
is.
us, right? Is it our bye week, week
Yes,
14?
I believe so. It's a very late bye week for us as well.
God.
Yeah. Hey, you don't replace Fred Warner, man. I tell you, it's going to
No,
be
you
hard for
can't.
him.
You cannot replace Fred Warner, which is
You
why
do
I think
not.
this Niners team is done.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to fill the void. Their next few games are against the Falcons, the Texans, and they are coming to East Rutherford to take on the Giants.
I'll be in the building. Can't wait.
There we go. Hopefully, you'll see a great, great game and
Mm-hmm.
a win for New
Yeah,
York.
I'd make up for that Chiefs game I saw.
Dude, that was not fun. You left early, right? From what I remember.
No, I was in my seat until the end. My brain left early, but I was
That's
physically
what the
there.
drinks are for.
You got it.
Yeah, hey, the Bucks led for all 30 minutes of the second half in the win over the Niners, and prior to week 6, the Bucks have been tied or trailing in the final minute of regulation in each of their 4 wins of 2025. So for once, they led convincingly in this one. So, or they pulled away in the second half and they won convincingly, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, Chiefs 30, Lions 17. Hey, this Chiefs offense,
Welcome back, Chiefs. 2 statement wins kind of recently.
Yeah, they look consistent all night long. Mahomes had 257 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Dave Montgomery cost me $50.
What happened? Wait, what did you need him to do?
I had a 4-leg parlay. Dave Montgomery just had to score a touchdown.
Oh. I thought this probably was something crazy where he had to throw
he just needed to score a touchdown. That's it. I had Mahomes rushing, I had Hollywood Brown receiving, and I had Laporta receiving. All of them hit in like the third quarter. It was just on David Montgomery.
I thought you chose Montgomery to throw a touchdown, and he did.
He did. Nope.
It just got nullified, which I still don't understand.
It wouldn't have counted. It wouldn't have counted. He had a rushing for a touchdown.
Oh, right. Yes.
Or catch a touchdown,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, people, I've had customers that I work with who choose a player to get more than 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns, but then they're like, oh.
You know how hard that is? Like, it's very hard to pick touchdowns.
It is. But the thing is, it's like, they'll choose like Goff to have more than 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns, and then
it's Goff rushing and receiving touchdowns. They think it's just how many touchdowns Goff has
in general. But I'm like, passing doesn't count. But I digress.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mahomes had 4 total touchdowns. He led the team to a total of 5 scoring drives. Yeah, honestly, his performance on Sunday was the definition of taking what was in front of you, because the Lions defense, they did a good job at least of not preventing any big plays down the field. In fact, Mahomes only had 1 pass attempt past 20 yards, but mostly everything was like underneath short intermediate routes. In fact, he was actually 17 of 21 for 164 yards and 3 touchdowns on short or behind line of scrimmage passes. So it was a lot of short passes, a lot of just quick dump offs to his guys, but it got the job done against a Lions team that allowed a season-worst 355 yards of offense and did not force a turnover for the first time since week 1 of the season.
Impressive.
A quiet night for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jameson Williams got back on track at least for Detroit.
Had a good night from him.
Yeah, Sam Laporta did well, but the Chiefs offense, they're looking like the Chiefs of old, which is great.
Yes.
The running game is still a big question mark, but I sense some sort of move at the deadline.
But yeah, they'll find somebody. Do you want Devin Singletary?
Give us a receiver in return, and we'll take that.
Hang on. This is never going to happen, but they're gonna get Rashid Rice back soon. They're gonna get. They already have Xavier Worthy back. That's 2. Would they give us Hollywood Brown straight up for Devin Singletary?
I'll tell you what, Hollywood Brown would be a big ass upgrade.
It would be a big upgrade for us, yeah. And the Chiefs. Oh, actually, no. I think the better one. I think Juju would be more Juju for Devin Singletary straight up. I think that's the more realistic trade. I think I'd still do it. I would still do it.
I would. Oh yeah, because Juju's an upgrade. Yeah.
Juju has had his head case problems, but he's kind of mellowed out since then. And like it's one of those things like we don't need Singletary because we had Tracy back and we expect Tracy to get more. So like you put Juju as wide receiver 2 with Wan'Dale Robinson, and it's a better receiving core for
Yeah.
Jackson Dart to work with.
And
It's
Juju when he gets it
I know
going.
people are bringing up like they brought Jacoby Myers, a very popular name I saw this weekend, which made my heart happy. But like Chris Olave was a name I saw getting thrown around a lot. Jerry Jeudy was a name I saw getting thrown around a lot. Those guys are all better than Juju, but if it just costs you Devin Singletary and maybe like a day 3 pick, why not?
Yeah. I think the Chiefs would probably say no because I don't
The
think
Chiefs, I don't think the Chiefs are going to do it. But in the hypothetical world, it would only cost us that. Hell, why not?
Wish. If only Singletary was a little bit better, then
yeah, I just showed somewhat of a pulse.
Yeah, dang it, but yeah, dude, I did not honestly I did not expect Isaiah Pacheco to be as bad as he is.
No,
honestly,
he's got to reach his limit. Like running backs have a shelf life, and I think Pacheco has just reached his.
Yeah,
stinks, but happens.
No, it definitely does. But yeah, honestly, the biggest news coming out of the Lions Chiefs game was just the skirmish at the end of the game with Brian Branch, who is appealing his 1-game suspension after striking
dude. Just take the 1-game suspension.
Just take the game. I know he wants to be out there, but you might as well just take it now. I mean, they play what? No, honestly, I do see why he's appealing it. They do play the Bucs on Monday night.
Oh my god, I forgot. It's gonna be such a good game,
dude. Yes. If anything, you just. I mean,
next Monday night's a doubleheader, right? What is that
correct.
second? What is that second Monday night game that no one's gonna care about?
Seahawks or is it at Seattle? Texans and Seahawks. Yeah, good point.
That's actually a sneaky okay game, and with it on at 10 o'clock Eastern time, that might get some views.
Maybe
if they do what they did this week, where like that game started at 8, nobody's watching that game.
No,
everyone's tuned in the Bucs Lions, but like with Bucs Lions ending, like all right, I'll keep the Hawks game on.
Exactly
going on.
Yeah. Let's go. Last night or Monday night. The games were like an hour apart.
An hour apart, yes.
So I kind of like how it's separated, but that's just me.
I like it. I like the 7 and 10 better because you can watch both games and get a feel for it. Where like the Bills, as soon as the Bills game went to halftime, I didn't flip that back on until Commanders went to halftime.
I need something to watch, so I don't want to,
I know. I'm no offense. I love Scott Van Pelt. I really don't care about ESPN's panel talking.
Yeah, outside of
I'll watch Chris Berman's fastest 3 minutes, but I'll watch that the next morning.
Yeah, I like Van Pelt. I like 3 minutes, like you mentioned with Berman, and then Kelsey's not bad either. Kelsey's solid.
He's got a good personality, but Kelsey again is more of a personality than like a media analyst.
Yeah, Ryan Clark on the other hand, though.
Jeez, Ryan Clark. The fact that he still has a job is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Clark, we haven't played football, and I think we do pretty well.
Yeah, I would say so. We're not making. We're not constantly apologizing to the public or to everyone for our comments, but that's just me. But yeah, honestly, anything else from week 6, my friend, by chance that stood out to you?
No, not really. That's kind of it.
Kind of it. All right.
It was a good week. Good week of football. Good relaxing week.
Sounds good to me. Well, like I said, we'll talk a lot more about the Giants Broncos.
Yeah, this is just a quick little like a state of the union kind of.
Yes.
The Giants right now.
Good way of putting it. Well, I tell you, if Jackson Dart rushes for at least 50 yards against Denver, he'll be just the second rookie quarterback since the merger to rush for 50+ yards in 4 consecutive games, joining Mr. Lamar Jackson, like you mentioned. But that's just a fun fact I wanted to bring up real quick. But I will say, my friend, there is a great, it's raining, fantastic. There is a looseness with this Giants team, and honestly, it's so fun to watch. And Diana Rossini, who is a writer for The Athletic, said it best. My friend, Jackson Dart wasn't supposed to save any jobs, and this Giants team wasn't supposed to be fun.
Nope.
Especially with Malik Neighbors out the window.
Yep.
But here we are. We went from depressed to believing again, and this team is like, it seems like they're building something for once. There's guys that we can rally around. They're winning games at home. I I know we talked about it before, but it's like it's a good new energy around us, and it's
It's
refreshing to have
it's
to
a
see.
cult. It's the culture changing is what we talked about. This is what it is. Like the stink of losing and boring football is kind of being washed away with how fun Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo are. Like they are
Yeah.
the two perfect players to save this franchise because, like I said, they are professional off the field, but when they're on the field, they're gonna rip somebody's head off.
Oh yeah. They're two maniacs, but they're also fun guys to root for, and
Somebody said the Giants being run by two frat boys. And I'm like, you know what? You're so
that
right. But
yeah.
like, that's the energy we needed. Like we've been so buttoned up and proper for so long. We just need to let our hair down a little bit, you know?
Yeah. But the Giants were 1-8 in home games last year. They're now 2-1
Yeah,
so
and it
far
was
in
a miracle.
2025.
It took a performance that no Giant quarterback had ever seen before to win that game against the
By Drew
Colts.
Lock,
The
out of
Drew
all
Lock
people.
game.
Jeez. But yeah, whether it's Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo, Malik Neighbors when he's healthy, Andrew Thomas, and then on defense you have Abdul Carter, Tibbs, Burns, Cordell Flott at corner. There are a lot of young guys
Mm-hmm.
on the or young or proven guys on this team that the Giants can build around and have success,
Yeah.
especially with Jackson Dart.
We got Brian Burns locked up for 3 more years after this. You're telling me he's
Man,
not going
feels
to continue?
great.
Yeah, like you telling me he's not going to continue to play at like a high level?
It feels great, man. And that Philly game was just so important to this season because like we haven't been able to beat Philly, in a game that actually matters for it's been a while now since
Davis
that
Webb was the
happened.
last quarterback to beat Philly,
Holy
and
crap.
Kenny Galladay caught that touchdown. That was only
That's the
Kenny Galladay's
name.
only touchdown of the year.
And what's crazy was that game didn't matter. We just had to put our backups out there and we somehow pulled it off.
Yeah. Oh no,
Um
I'm sorry. They beat Eagles the end of 2022 at MetLife when they had the stars out there and they played horrible and they pulled them all.
right.
But again, it was a game that didn't matter for either side.
Yeah, it really didn't. I don't think the starters did play that game. Saquon didn't play.
No. This is not last year. This is 2 years ago. 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
when we made the playoffs, right?
No. But
Oh, 2023.
Yes.
Gotcha. My bad. Little slow.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
But
Yeah, 23.
no, but to beat the Eagles it's always a big win. And
Yeah.
shout out to Brian Dable, whose job seems pretty safe. To me it does.
At
Honestly,
this point, it's safe. It can go back to being like
if
I think it's gonna sit on that edge all season. Every loss is gonna look like he's fired. Every win is like he's fine.
Yeah. So, last fun fact before we dive into what I want to bring up real quick in terms of the Giants Denver game. Cordell Flott has been targeted 28 times this year. Has allowed no touchdowns and a passer rating of 66.5 when targeted. So, hey, I know it's early. It's still sort of early in the year, but hey, he's doing a hell of a job, and he deserves that CB2 role much more than Deontay Banks. I'll tell you that much. But for this upcoming game against Denver, it's a big challenge for Andrew Thomas. He's going up against Nick Bonito, who is the current sack leader, as we mentioned earlier, in the NFL with 8. But hey, Thomas is so the Thomas versus Bonito matchup is the definition of immovable force.
Immovable force meets the immovable object.
Thank you. There you go. Because he's allowed 0 sacks, 0 QB hits, and only 2 pressures in his first 130 pass blocking snaps of this season. And hey, Benito has been great for Denver this year, so it's going to be a fun one-on-one matchup to watch because he'll be
dealing with that'll be one they'll highlight throughout the game.
Oh yeah, and if Thomas can handle him, we should be okay, and we can devote our other resources towards the other amazing defensive line members of the Broncos. So, hey, Denver, they lead the league in sacks with 30, pressures with 75, pressure percentage per drop back, which is at 32.9%. This defense is no joke. And they got to Justin Fields, like you mentioned earlier. They pressured him on 58.6% of his dropbacks. He was 1 for 5 in those situations. And Denver blitzed on 44.8% of those dropbacks as well. So what can the Giants do? hey, short and quick passes under 2.5 seconds. Let's just get the ball out of Dart's hands. That's how you combat the blitz. And with blitzes come with opportunities for big run plays to push the ball down the field. So, we'll talk a lot more about that on Thursday. But real quick.
Yeah.
Ben Powers is out for the year for Denver, and that is their left guard. Can you guess who they turn to on Sunday to play that guard position?
Kevin Zeitler.
Nope. He's a former Giant, though, so you're on the right track, my friend.
Former Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Flowers.
No.
My closer.
You're very hot. Same position.
What, a tackle and move to guard?
Basically.
Did we draft him or sign him?
Draft.
Oh my God, was it Will Hernandez?
Nope. Connecticut.
Oh, Matt Pert.
Matt Pert, indeed. He never played guard until this past Sunday, and he was struggling.
Yeah.
Whether it was speed-wise, he was penalized like a few times for holding, or it was a mess from Pert, man, and he just did not look good whatsoever. So if he's out there on Sunday, boy, Burns,
bully him.
Tips, yeah, we're going to kill him. But yeah, that's their Achilles heel right now is that offensive line, man. It's not looking good. Mm-hmm. And the Giants, they signed Juice Wells and Jonas Griffith, who played receiver and linebacker respectively. Wells is one of the more exciting names out of the two because he was a UDFA who was teammates with Jackson Dart at Ole Miss. And you know me, man. I'm a sucker for college teammates. Dang it.
Yeah.
And
it makes total sense. Like, hey, you're comfortable with him. Let's see what he's got at the NFL level.
You're damn right. And see how that goes. As for Jonas Griffith, he last played for Denver in 2023. So it just seems like it kind of seems like a more of an intel type of thing, but I digress.
Well, how much intel do you really have in 2023?
Yeah, you don't got much.
This is Sean Payton.
Yeah, you don't got much. But then again, the Giants do need linebacker depth. So.
Oh my God, yeah.
I digress. Yeah. But alrighty. Anything else Giants wise, my friend, you want to bring up?
Not really. I mean, I mentioned before, like I know I'm setting myself up for heartbreak, but I really think we could win this division. I really do.
Don't give me hope now. You know me.
I keep saying it, and I'm like, moron, stop saying it. Because you're gonna set yourself for a heartbreak. This team isn't there yet. It can't get there. Don't get me wrong. We're on the right track, but like, don't get ahead of yourself. But just like. You just watched the games on Sunday. You saw the Cowboys lose. You saw Washington lose. You saw how bad Philly's been all year, and that we just kick them for 4 quarters.
It's hard not to have false hope.
It is. It's like, man, like if they just play like they did on Thursday, this is gonna be a hard team to beat.
You're damn right.
And if we had the Patriots schedule, I might have been writing soupy on us.
Oh my goodness, because that schedule is weak as hell. But hey. We'll see what happens. Let's take care of Denver. Let's take care of Philly and Philadelphia. And hey, if we get to 500,
if you win in Philadelphia, we're going to be going bonkers on this.
Oh yeah, this show will.
I will at least.
We will be insufferable to say the least. I tell you that. But all right, last thing before we get to our Wales segment, MLB playoff update. Hey, the Mariners up 2 on the Blue Jays, and they won those games in Toronto. So
yeah.
Oh boy,
the Mariners are in cruise control right now. All right, because they're going back to Seattle. They just need to win 2, and they have 3 games in Seattle coming up.
Yes, so if they could easily sweep the
they
Blue Jays.
Easily could sweep. After last night's game where they got out to a big lead, and the Blue Jays gave a little false hope, like, look, we can come back, and then they just dropped the hammer on them, or I guess like the trident, I guess would be better for the Mariners.
They
dropped the trident on them. It's like, yeah, okay, the Blue Jays might have run out of gas here.
Yeah, and the Blue Jays were great. They're great last series against the.
They dominated the Yankees.
Yeah.
And think about it. For 3.5 games, they were beating up the Yankees. It took a miracle from the Yankees to win Game 3.
Oh yeah.
It was 6-1, and Aaron Judge finally had his clutch moment. That was the only reason why that series went beyond 3 games. Because Aaron Judge finally decided to have a big home run.
So maybe we'll see a case of Toronto taking 2 in Seattle, and then it's
Now
back
that'd
and
be
forth,
fun.
back and forth.
That would be
Be
fun.
fun.
If Toronto go in Seattle win 2 games, give us a series because you gotta give us one. One of these 2 series has to be fun.
It's gonna be Shane Bieber versus George Kirby in Game 3, which will take place on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's a nice pitching matchup.
That is indeed. Kirby's been great, by the way. 2.70 ERA so far this
under.
postseason.
Whatever the under is in that game, hammer it. Especially the first 5 innings under. Hammer.
Oh yeah. Over under is currently at 6.5.
I'd still take it. So that means first 5 innings would probably be about 2.5, 3.5.
We'll see. Shane Bieber though not pitching well. 6.75 ERA so far.
Yeah, but it's Shane Bieber. Like any moment he can just flip that script and go back on it.
Yes, sir. A pitcher who played really well was Blake Snell, who pitched a gem. 8 innings.
Snell's had a great postseason this year. Great postseason.
He's been fantastic for the Dodgers, man. And shout out to when healthy, he's obviously one of the best out there. And they will combat the Brewers again here in Game 2 with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, my cousin, who's had
another great pitcher for the Dodgers.
Hey, man, there's. The Dodgers, and I'll say it again, they are the perfect example of the 2024 Mets, where it's like you just how do I say this? The game plan is simple for Milwaukee. You just need to get the pitch count up of the starters.
Yeah, get to the bullpen.
Get to that bullpen. If you get to that bullpen, it is wraps because. Dude, Milwaukee could have stole Game 1 because the bases were loaded.
They were right there. Yeah,
they're right there.
You got Sal Frelick in center field making one of the most insane plays we've ever seen, where he basically throws the ball up in the air off the wall and gets the guy out at home.
Yeah,
even he didn't know. He was just I feel like, did I really just do that?
They were so close to winning last night. It was ridiculous.
But hey. You know what? It might moral wins at that point, and that's what you kind of need against the Dodgers.
Would you have taken that pitch to the knee? I personally wouldn't, man. I know
I'm swinging. It's 2 strikes. I'm swinging.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know it's a playoffs and you gotta put your body on the line, but dog, my kneecap is going to be shattered if I take the pitch. So no, thank you. I know the bases were loaded. So it would have been.
And get the adrenaline. You want to be the hero, so you're swinging at anything close.
Exactly. So yeah, no, thank you. If you ask me.
Yep.
But I digress. Game 2 is tonight as we are recording this right now. But great win for the Dodgers to start the series, and if they win tonight and head back to LA up 2-0, same situation like the Brewers and I mean, not Brewers, but the same situation as the Blue Jays and the Mariners.
Yep.
Dodgers will have the advantage. Yes, sir.
And I think the Dodgers win tonight. It's wraps. They'll kill them in LA.
Dodgers and Mariners in the World Series.
Fun World Series, though. Fun World Series matchup. All West Coast. Interesting.
I know who I'll be rooting for.
The country will be rooting for the Mariners.
Yeah. We will not be rooting for the Dodgers. No, sir.
Nope.
All righty. Anything else in baseball?
Let's just get to
Weddle. Let's do it.
I got a meeting in 5 minutes, so.
Oh, all righty. Let's get to it. We'll go with the easy one then.
Yeah.
We'll save the complicated Weddle for next time.
Exactly.
All right, buddy. First guess. What you got?
Let's go with McMillan. Pat McMillan.
McMillan.
You're not sharing the screen.
Oh, I am not. Oopsie poops.
Oopsie poopsies.
Oopsie poopsies. Gosh, freaking Chris in that episode was funny. McMillan was not the answer, but he's in the AFC. So either 6'4", 6'3". Give me Allen. No. Oh yeah, actually could be Allen.
Oh,
okay.
There's only 2 left.
The other one. Are you kidding me? Oh,
it's Tua.
But Tua's number 1.
Yeah, his number's lower than 10.
No, but the number's higher than 4. It's Fields, isn't it? That's ironic.
That's so horrible. Oh, that's so mean. That's so unbelievably mean.
he had a crap performance. Let's put him as our player for win. I was like, what?
Let's remind everybody how crappy he played.
I love it. But what a game. I love Weddle. But that'll do it for the Third and 10 podcast, season 3, episode 45. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we thank you for your support as always. You can follow us on social media at Nathan_124 and Brian PG1016 respectively. And you can follow our podcast page at Third and 10 Pod on the Instagram and the Twitter, and a TikTok page at Third and 10 Podcast. Use the code Belly Sports, by the way, for $20 off your first purchase on the SeatGeek, which is the best place for tickets. And you can find all of our other amazing writers and podcasters at bellyupsports.com.
SeatGeek in a few weeks for Giants Packers.
Hey,
My college friends getting together again.
You mean Giants Niners?
No, I already have my tickets for Giants Niners. I got them through my dad's company. They got tickets, but Giants Packers we're going with SeatGeek.
Sweet. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm excited for that game because I know Vince Stover from the Sports Store will be joining us to preview that game, so that's going to be fun. Mm-hmm. But we hope you guys have a great one. Thank you so much for watching. We're back Thursday to preview Giants and Broncos. Can New York pull off another upset win? We shall see. But for Brian, I'm Nate. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe, and we appreciate you guys as always, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.